All right. Hello. All set? We got our toys.
Yeah.
For those of you watching at home, I just hit the record button. For those of you watching at home, grab two very light items like two 5-pound dumbbells or cans of soup or something. One heavier weight that you can hold with two hands, like a dumbbell or a kettlebell. Or like a backpack full of books would also work, I guess. You know, you can be creative. And for the warm up, the stick. People who are here right now, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So, we're going to wait for the stick. So you can put the stick down. We'll grab that in a second. We're just going to start out in that nice deep squat. Elbows inside your knees, pressing together, chest up. Stand it up. Squeeze your butt nice and hard. Bring it back down. Yeah, up. Down. Up. Down. With the whole quarantine thing, like, Angela and I are going on walks often, but other than that, we're doing like more sitting than we might normally do. So hips need to be stretched out a little bit. So with that in mind, take a seat, feet together. You're going to do a few sit-ups, but I want the emphasis on the sit-up to be more on like a hip stretch. I do this all the time for warming up, not really to warm up to your abs or anything, but when I come forward, I grab my toes and I pull myself forward. And I really get a good stretch in the hips. Do a few of those. Not that we're using our hips a lot today, but it's a good warm up. And it feels good. Okay, take a seat. It's going to be a lot of shoulders today, so we're just going to shrug them up and down. Roll them back. Roll them forward. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Don't hit anything around you. Have to look around because I'm not sure. Up and down. Okay, we're going to do kind of a classic shoulder stretch, but we're going to make sure we do it well. So you've seen people like get an arm out straight and just kind of pull it. The problem with this is it doesn't actually do anything. It just kind of rolls the shoulder forward. But what we can do to make it better is, so the other hand is pulling this back, right? But the hand that's being pulled, I want you to try and fight it. So it's trying to fight this way. So the two opposing forces can get a nice good stretch there in the back of your shoulder. So you're just going to have basically your two arms fight each other for a few seconds. And then switch the other side. Have those two fight each other for a few seconds. Keep alternating. Then I'm going to go into a quadruped position. Do some scapular push-ups from here. So from here, we're going to try and pull our shoulder blades together. And then push our shoulder blades toward our armpits. And you're going to feel your chest drop and raise. Back and forth. This is one of my favorite shoulder warm-ups. We're going to come back to the seat and you can take your stick. Grab it in a nice wide grip. Right on top of your legs so your elbows are straight. And from here, we're going to pull them up, rotate, press, bring it down, rotating down. Our normal, a variation of one of my favorite stretches I have you guys do all the time. We're just doing it sitting. Obviously, you could do this standing as well. And if you have room, I'm not going to hit anything. You can go around. I'm usually a little bit wider than this, so it's a little hard for me with this stick. Whoop, lost it. Ooh. All right. And as a warm-up of what's to come, just give me 5 regular push-ups any way you want. Oh, it's going to be a good day. Just judging from how hard those 5 push-ups were in the warm-up, I can tell it's going to be a beautiful day. So, today's workout is going to be basically a lot of push-ups. And they're going to change a little bit. Now, the way I wrote it was we're going to do a set of 20 regular push-ups, and then we're going to do some bent over reverse flies. So let's just talk about that first. As far as the push-up goes, after we get done with this set, we're going to do a harder variation, and then a harder variation after that. So it goes easy, harder, hardest on there. And depending on how good your push-up is, we can scale that a few different ways. If you have a fairly good push-up, you can do as it's written. We're going to do push-ups, diamond push-ups, and then a wide grip push-up with a lean, and I'll show you guys how to do that. If you're not good at push-ups, then we can scale it back to, let's say, you know, a good scaling might be wall push-ups, box push-ups, floor push-ups. You get what I'm saying? So we're going easier, harder, hardest that way. Does that make sense? Yeah. Awesome. So let's just talk about the push-ups first, and then we'll talk about the other movement after that. So what I have written, regular push-ups, are just going to be our regular push-ups. So we're going to have our hands about shoulder width apart. We're going to keep our elbows relatively close to our bodies. We're going to touch our chest to the floor, and we're going to come back up. Who can do that? Paul, I know you can.
I can do that.
Alec?
I can, but not for 20, I don't think.
Okay. We'll talk about that then.
Okay.
We'll talk about the variations, and then we can also scale it by doing different rep schemes as well.
Okay.
Okay. So then the next is going to be a diamond push-up. So diamond push-up is you make a diamond with your hands, and you do a push-up like that. So by making a diamond with your hands, it's going to make it a little bit more tricep intensive, and it's going to force you to keep everything close anyway. Can you guys do a diamond push-up?
Yes.
Fantastic. And then the last one, the wide push-up with an alternating lean. Let's see. If you guys watch me, I'm going to face the camera this way. I'm going to have my hands wide, and when I go down, I'm going to lean to one side and come back up. Lean to the other side and come back up like that. So it's kind of like a one-arm push-up, but it's an actual good exercise. One-arm push-ups are fun. They're a cool thing to kind of show off and just kind of play around with, but as far as an exercise goes, it's not great. This is a much better variation. Can you guys do that? Just looking at the camera. I can't see you guys anyway. Paul, looks good.
A little shaky.
Not quite?
Yeah, Not quite.
Okay, but you could do the diamond, right? That was a yes, right? I think I heard a truck. Cool. So we could say, and so we can have the diamond push-up be the harder one then. So we can have you do like an elevated push-up into a push-up into a diamond push-up. That sound better?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, awesome. And as far as the rep goes, you can try and knock out. This doesn't have to be unbroken. Okay, so basically I'm going to say go, and we're all going to try and go, and then like I'm going to break down during this. There's 180 push-ups today. So if you have to do it one at a time, that's fine. Like let's say you're struggling with the diamond push-ups, you can absolutely just do one, take a second, do another, and take a second. So it doesn't have to be really, it doesn't have to be so easy that you can just knock them out, because I'm not going to knock them all out today. You all good?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're not doing all the push-ups back to back. We're doing a push-up and then some kind of back exercise. So after the push-ups, the easy one, you're going to do bent over, reverse fly kind of movement, okay? If you have light weights that you can put in each hand, then you can do, you know, the old school reverse fly where you're going to be bent over like so. You can have a slight bend in your elbow, and you're just going to pull it apart like so. If you don't have that, if you have something else, you have options. If you don't have anything like that, then I would still be happy if you're just keeping your arms out straight like so, and just pulling your shoulder blades together like this, okay? And holding that top position for a few seconds if you have no weight, and really feel the muscles around your shoulders scrunching up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that gonna work for everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. I have a little stretchy band myself. So I'm gonna do a bent over stretchy band stretch. If you have a stretchy band, you can absolutely do that too. This thing, $5 at the Five Below is great. Super good for warm-ups and all that kind of stuff. Not that Five Below is open now, I guess, but after that, so we're doing like 20 push-ups and then 20 reverse flies. Then we're doing 20 diamond push-ups, so whatever's next, and then 20 bent over rows with something. So what I'm gonna do is I got you. Is this in the shot? Yes, it is. I have my kettlebell on top of the pillow so I don't bash it against the floor. If you have just something like a kettlebell, I'm gonna actually point my palms away from my body, like so. I'm gonna go into this bent over position, and I'm just gonna pull this to my belly. I'm really focusing on retracting my shoulder blades, just like that. If you have, say, two objects, like, so these kettlebells aren't even, but you could absolutely just give me bent over rows with two objects like so. Is that gonna work for everybody? Yes?
Yes.
Sweet. And after that, we're gonna do 20 of the wide push-ups, or whatever push-up you're doing, and you're gonna finish it with just a alternating, I'm sorry, not alternating, the wide grip is alternating. So you're gonna finish it with a bent over Y. So if you think of a Y, we do this a lot with the crossover symmetry that we have at the gym. Remember how we'd hold on to both of the handles and make a Y? Well, we're gonna do that, but again, you can either use very light weights or no weights at all. So you can just be bent over position, have your hands out like so, make a Y, bring it back. Make a Y, bring it back. Pretty simple, right? For that one, I'm just gonna use no weight. We have a plan?
And so it's 20 push-ups, then 20 of those row things, then 20 diamond push-ups, and then 20 bring the weight to your gut.
Yep.
No?
Yeah. So just think 20 push-ups, 20 flies, 20 harder push-ups, 20 bent over rows, 20 even harder push-ups, and then 20 Ys. And
Okay.
we're going to be doing this as fast as we can, but we're going to be around the same, and we can talk as well. And then we get to rest for a little while before we do it again. So it's not 3 rounds going all the way through. We're getting a little bit of rest in between. Basically, my plan for the rest is we're going to wait for all of us to get done, and we'll rest for a little bit, and then we'll start together. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready?
Sure.
Awesome. Sweet. So we are starting with 20 push-ups and then 20 reverse flies in whatever way you got going. All right, here we go. Go. Once you're done with your 20 something, you're gonna do your reverse flies. Oh, that's hard, even with the very small stretchy band. Looks like you guys are doing well. After that, your diamond push-ups or whatever kind of push-ups you're doing, make it harder. And this is only round 1. All right. Almost there. Okay. All right, after those bent over rows, wide grip push up. I'm gonna do it kind of over here. By the way, for the alternating, 1 is 1. So it's really only 10 on each arm. Once you give it this, oh, just have to watch. Whew. You going, Paul?
20.
It's like we're almost there. Come on, Ots. All right, we're all done with one round. So catch your breath. That's one round. We're gonna do it 2 more times. I don't know about you, but the diamond push-up was the hardest for me. Well, then again, I don't know. Then again, the wide lean, I did it in more sets. I ended up doing those like 1 on each arm and resting for a while. I don't know. They were both hard. What do you think, Paul?
The wide ones are tough. My hands kept trying to slide back.
Yeah. Just so you know, Alex, if you're talking to us, we can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, I had it on mute because I have a barky dog.
Oh, okay. How was that?
Pretty terrible.
What'd you do? Did you do you did
I did.
20?
Yeah, I did 20 on like a to the desk, so elevated, 20 regular, and 20 diamond. And I had to break those up into 3s.
So did I at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
No, those diamonds are hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready. But if you want another moment, we can take another moment.
I mean, we might as well just do it, right?
Or we can just do it. Just do it. Who's that, Shia LaBeouf? In his motivational video? Don't let your dreams be dreams. All right, so we know what one round feels like. We just gotta do it again. And perhaps the third time. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm ready for this first round to really kind of kick my butt. 20 push-ups. Here we go. That'll be harder than the first. I got my stretchy band here for the bent over flies. Oh. Whew. Going into the diamonds. Not looking for one of these. Whoop.
Sorry.
That was loud.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, this is awful. Oh boy, this is gonna take a while. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, those diamonds. Oh boy. All right. Boy. I'm already sore. Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. 2 more seconds. No. Come. 1%. Oh boy. And the wax. Oh boy. You can do a call it leaving you. Channel China. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Keep chipping away at it. You can do it. Oh, the battle.
That was barely 20 plus 20.
It was hard. Some easy Ys. Although I will say, even with no weight, those Ys kept my breathing going. There you go. All's all done. Alex is almost there. Whew. You guys good over there? Awesome. So that's 2 rounds. We got 1 more to go. We'll give them a little bit of rest. And then we'll go 1 more time. So, yeah, the normal push-ups, yeah, they're definitely harder, but I can still get 20 unbroken. But man, those diamond push-ups, whoo! I was doing like 1 at a time. It's like, you can't get much worse than that, right? So this next round is going to be interesting. Just kind of meditate for another minute. I used to actually do like a little bit of meditation, and I really enjoyed it. But I always remember, like, I would read books on like Zen and all that stuff. I always hear stories about about how like people would, you know, be meditating in a full lotus. I'm in a half lotus, and their teachers would come by with a stick and just thwap their back whenever they started to slouch. It's like, you'll never reach enlightenment with that posture. You know, it's starting to get all crouched over and go, whoop.
Sounds like the nuns.
Or nuns, yes. I don't have any experience with that though. All right. So we got one more round to fight through. It's not going to get any better. Are we ready? I see your thumbs up. All right. One more round. Starting with normal push-ups. All right, we gotta fight through this. Here we go, guys. Last round. 20, 20, 20. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Come on. Almost. All right. Oh. 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 Come on. Okay. We're making sweet potato. I can smell it from the other room. It's everywhere. It smells like sweet potato. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy. One. Two. 3. 4. 5. Come on. 6. Come on. 7. Ooh. 8. 9. Oh. 10. Come on. Ooh, this is a battle. 12. 13. 14. 15. Come on. 17. Come on. 18. 19. 1. 20. Oh, one at a time, the whole way through. Come on. Oh. All right. You can do it, Paul.
13.
Woo. Here we go. Oh, my arms are shaking. Come on. Come on. 5, 6. Come on. 8. Come on. 10. 12. 14. I'm making some weird noises. 16. Come. 18. I need some of that Zen right now. Come on. Okay. Oh. Oh. Keep fighting, Paul. And Alex. Oh. Oh, the beat just dropped. Keep chipping away at it. I believe in you. You don't believe in yourself, believe in me who believes in you. There you go. You got to be close.
That was 16.
16, just 2 more sets of 2. $17. 18. Going for another one. There you go. 19. One more. Up. Good. Woo. Finish off those Ys. There you go. Oh. Finish it up. These are the easy ones. There you go. How was that, everybody?
That's horrible.
Unwell.
But we did it. We did 180
Yay.
of varying difficulty. So, as you catch your breath, our pecs and our triceps are going to be very displeased with us. So, there's a few different things you can do for that, okay? So, you can, one of my favorite stretches for the pecs is, mostly because you don't need any equipment. You sit down, you point your fingers behind you, and they're really tight right now after all those push-ups. And then I try and pull my shoulder blades together. You can see how it just stretches my chest out like this. And then if I need a better stretch, I'm just going to wiggle my bum forward. That's going to get it even deeper. If it's really uncomfortable on your elbows, you can totally bend your elbows with this one. So if your elbows feel like they're going to extend to madness proportions, then just bend your elbows a little bit like I'm doing right now. And really focus on pulling your shoulder blades back. It doesn't work if you let your shoulders roll forward. And as that stretches out a little bit, you can wiggle your butt even more forward. I'm just kind of hanging out here. And once you've had enough of that, or if one hand starts going numb like mine is, you can just very easily wiggle out of that. Now, as far as the triceps go, triceps can be kind of hard to mobilize at home. My favorite thing to do would be to just mash it with like a foam roller. I don't know if you guys have foam rollers. If you do, it's really just a matter of getting your tricep on top. Can you see this? Yep. And then going not up and down, but more side to side like so. And really sticking on that one spot until you feel like you're no longer making any difference. And then you can move it up an inch to a new spot. If you don't have a foam roller, you can just kind of be creative with anything you can kind of mash your arm in. Like, for example, here's a chair, and here's the edge of the chair. I can kind of get a similar fashion thing going, just trying to mash my tricep into that. You know, just find something to kind of lean on. Or if you're super fancy, like Angelina and I, then you have a massage gun that you can just power up and really just mash in there.
Mine looks a bit more provocative.
What's that?
Mine looks a bit more provocative.
Whatever you can use, you know?
Yeah.
I got this massage gun when it was on sale. for Black Friday. One of the best purchases we made. It's super good. I can just kind of relax and just beat my quads all to hell. Oh, super good. Anyway, thank you guys. Any questions on anything so far?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. So if you wake up tomorrow and your triceps are just destroyed and you're having trouble bending your elbows or whatever, bend them anyway. Okay? You gotta move them. If you don't move, it's just gonna get more stiff and you're gonna be sore for a while. But if you do move, you'll be sore for like a day or two. You'll be fine. Okay? And if you do tomorrow's workout, you'll use them again anyway. So.
Okay.
All right. If there's no questions, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
See
Thank
you
you.
next time.